morning. Welcome to my studio. So today's session is a free session. It's for men's fitness Pilates. Obviously though, I can't actually see you, so women, if you're joining in, that's not a problem. It helps encourage our men. So welcome. Let's get started. My name's Jane. I want you to start off, make sure you've got space around you so that you're not going to trip or bang into anything. Hopefully you've got carpeted floor or you've got a mat. You might want some water. You might want, if you've got a band and a little block, or you can use a cushion and your dressing gown. Just something to aid you when we come to the stretches at the end. It's not important if you haven't got these things now. So we're going to start off with a little warm up. Start with your feet slightly apart. And first of all, just lifting one heel and then the other heel. So you're just treading on the spot. Circle your wrists. I know it's multitasking. We're asking a lot first thing. But you can do it. So you might be watching this live, which I hope you are. You can place comments in the comment book. You can like this and you can ask any questions. And also if you're watching this on the recording, and I will look through it and get back to you. All right, let's have those feet down, hands by your sides, a little lean from side to side. Come back to the center, lift your arms forwards, open them out wide, squeeze them back together again, relax them down by your side. So we're going to lift those arms forwards, open them out wide, squeeze back together again, lowering back down. Breathing in, arms lift up and out. Breathe out, squeeze them in and down. So breath in, breath out. One more time. Breath in, breath out. Now take those arms up and out. We're going to hold them out and have a little twist. So just turning your body to look from one side to the other. Good. Let those arms drop and let's take that bend again from side to side. So allow your head to tilt, stretch through your neck all the way down through your side. One more each way. Both arms lift forwards and up, out wide. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Arms come in and down. Breathing in, opening your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades in your back. Good. Now this time we're going to keep those arms out wide and let's take that twist again. Come back to the center. So we're going to lift your right leg up at the side and down. You can have your arms out to help you balance, hands on your hips, or arms relaxed down by your side. Again, option can be to tap your toe. Let's change legs. So either tapping your foot out to the side and in, or lifting that leg. Harder option, don't put your foot down when you bring it in, so you keep that balance. So I want you to think about a tall spine, looking ahead. Shoulders drawn down. Good. Place your feet down. So feet about hip width apart, bending your knees, a little squat. Again, take it just to where you want to. So it might be a small squat, or you might be able to come a little deeper. You choose. Great. Let's take those arms out again and twist. Back to the center. Balance. Lift your leg up and down. Change legs. Feet about hip width apart, take a little squat. So reach forward with your arms, stick your bottom back. New move, rolling forwards, tuck your head in, round your shoulders and just curling down. You might want to go just a little way and then roll back up again, draw those shoulders down. So we're rounding your shoulders, curling forwards, just to where's comfortable for you. Roll back up, draw those shoulders down and back. One more time. Good. All right, let's go back to those side bends. Hands coming forwards and up. Open wide, squeeze together. Adding in our twist this time. Arms stay out, head lifted, looking from one side to the other. Arms relax as you lift that right leg up at the side. Or tapping. Change legs. So we're using our core muscles to help us balance. Squat. Warm up those hips and knees. One more time. Rolling forward, round your shoulders, rolling down just to where you can. Roll back up again. So we're all going to be different. We're all going to make different movements. Some of us are more flexible than others. Some of us are stronger than others. Lovely. New move. A little lunge step forward. So right leg steps forward and back. Same leg again. Step forward and back. Try and keep your head and chest lifted so we're not leaning forward. Change legs. Left leg steps forward and back. Let's come back to those squats. 4 squats. So we should be feeling warmer, more mobile. Rolling forward, round your shoulders, curl down, chin tucked in. Restack that spine, roll back up. And again. Right leg lunges forward. Left leg. All right, let's go from the top then. Side bend. One more each way. Arms lifting forwards and out. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Breath in. So we're going to talk about our breathing in a minute. We're talking about breathing out laterally. That's out to the sides, as if you're breathing out under those armpits. Arms out wide and twist. Squat. Lifting your right leg up at the side. Balance. Change legs, left leg. Rolling forwards. Right leg lunges forwards 4 times, coming a little bit deeper now. Good. One more time. Change legs, left leg. Fantastic. So let's just start off now, finding your neutral spine. So I want you to place your hands on your pelvis, your hips, and just tucking that tailbone underneath. Now imagine you're sticking your bottom out. So we're just rocking your pelvis forwards and back. Try not to let the rest of the body move. So you're just tucking your tailbone under and then sticking it back out. Tilting your hips. Find halfway, and that's your neutral spine. Now we're drawing in pelvic floor, so I often say close all exits. If you imagine you're desperate for the loo, squeezing in, closing all exits. And then another way you can think about this is if you're walking into an icy cold sea, what do you draw up and in? Yep, now you've got it, your pelvic floor. Lovely. Breathing, hands on your ribs. So I want you to breathe into your rib cage. So you should feel that pressure pushing against your hands. And that's how we want to breathe in Pilates. All right, let's take that down to the floor. Start off first of all at the end of your mat. So you've got a nice long mat in front of you. So we're going to think about rolling down your spine again. When you can reach no further, bend your knees. See if you can walk forwards on your hands. Now you're going to set yourself up for a press up. So hands a little wider, elbows bend and straighten. One press up. Walk those hands back, head tucked in, look at your knees and roll back up. So that's your harder, more advanced option. Easier options this time. You can drop down onto your hands and knees rather than walking forwards. But you can choose to press up position either on your knees or toes. One press up and then let's walk back up again. So again, if you want to, walk your hands back first, roll back on your feet as you lift your hips, head tucked in, and let's roll back up again. So choose your option, join me. Roll down. Either dropping down onto your hands and or walking forwards on your hands. Set yourself up for your press up, one press up. Lift those hips as you walk your hands back. Head tucked in to the very last minute as you roll back up to stand. We're going to do that one more time. Now hold it down here. Set yourself up for a plank. So just bring your hands a little closer, hands under your shoulders. Set yourself up on your toes, feet together. We're going to tap right foot out, in, left foot out, in, right foot out, in, left foot out, in. Keeping your body nice and still. One more time with each leg. Good. Sit back, give your wrists a little shake. This time, tapping your hands. So, hands narrow, feet tiny bit wider. Tap right hand out and in, left hand out and in. Right hand, left hand. So, try not to wobble the body. Keep it nice and still. One more time, each hand. And drop back down. Give those wrists a little shake. Mountain climbers. Plank position again, this time feet slightly apart. Bringing your knee in and across, just towards your opposite wrist. Doesn't have to touch it. Fantastic. Okay, let's set ourselves up in a box position now. So hands under your shoulders again, knees under your hips. Think about keeping your back nice and still, as if you've got a rod balanced on the back of your head, between your shoulder blades and on that lower back. So let's balance. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Now your arm and leg don't have to be lifted too high. We don't want to dip in your back. And try not to overstretch with your arm. So just draw your shoulders back away from your ears. Imagine you've got that bottle of water balanced on your back. Slowly come back in, without that bottle falling. Change sides. So again, don't overreach. And check that your hips aren't rotating. So imagine you've got spotlights on those hip bones and they're pointing down at the floor. Change sides again. Last time, change sides. How are we doing? We're going to lower ourselves down onto your tummy now. You can relax your head and arms wherever's comfortable for you. Starting with your right leg, keep your leg long and straight. Lift your leg just off the floor an inch. So squeeze your bottom, squeeze your thighs. Take that right leg out to the side, back to the centre and down. So right leg again, lifting it up off the floor, out to the side, back to the centre and down. Lifting it up, out, in and down. Keep that going. Squeezing your thighs, squeezing your glutes, your bottom. So your leg stays long and straight. We're not bending at the knee. Now again, keep those hip bones pointing down at the floor equally. And imagine there's an ice cube underneath you. So squeeze your tummy in. Now let's change legs. So left leg, lifting it up off the floor first, out to the side, back to the centre and down. Left leg lifting up, out, in and down. All the time you're still pulling that belly button away from that ice cube. Let's do 2 more. Now take your arms down by the sides of your legs. So we're going to think about pulling your tummy in, take a breath in and lift up head, chest and arms. Nice and slowly, lowering back down. So breathing in, lifting up head, chest, arms, hands as well. Breathe out, lower back down. So it's a really slow movement, smoothly up, not a jerking lift. Think about rolling those shoulder blades back. And are you still pulling your tummy muscles in? Brilliant. Okay, let's roll over onto one side. So, lying on your side, lengthen your legs and line up ankles, knees, hips, and shoulders. Hand can be on the floor, and we're just going to flex your ankles, so you're pushing your heel away from you, lifting that top leg. Now, it's not a big lift, so you're just lifting it to hip height, and then back down. Lightly touch and lift back up. So nice and slowly. You can have hand on the floor or hand on your side. Make sure you're not wobbling though. And imagine those legs pushing away from you. Now let's hold that leg. And then relax, bending your knees. So imagine those hips are stacked, one on top of the other, as if your back's up against a wall. We're going to keep your feet together this time and just peel your knees apart about a handspan height. Squeeze together again. So I don't want to see that top hip rolling back. Keep your hips stacked and just opening your knee. Squeezing your glutes, these muscles here in your bottom. And as if you're tightening a belt from hip to hip. Extra pair of knot on that jeans. Relaxing there. Let's come back up to sitting now. Now, here's where you might want your cushion or your block. So, if you find it uncomfortable sitting on the floor, particularly if you're quite tight in your hamstrings, then just sit on a little cushion or a little block. You can have your legs bent or straight. We're going to reach up to the ceiling and then fold forwards just to where you can. Roll back up again. So a nice big stretch up, reaching forwards. So it's not about how far you can reach with your fingertips. I want you to think about bringing your belly towards your thighs. So stretching your back, lengthening your hamstrings. One more time. So flexibility is often one thing we struggle with. Don't force it. Let's take those arms out wide. Again, if you prefer, knees can be bent, twisting from side to side. Think about your posture though, so keeping that body upright rather than slumped. So we're using those obliques, those side tummy muscles to twist you. Brilliant. Now hopefully you can remember which side you were on, because you're now going to do the other side. So rolling onto your side. Lengthen your legs. Think about stacking those hips one on top of the other. So top legs lifting just to hip height and back down. If you're wobbling, hand on the floor. More of a challenge, hand on your side. Flex your foot, push that heel away from you. Now let's hold it there. And relax. Bending your knees. So again, check your hips are stacked, staying stacked, not rolling back. Opening and closing that top knee, squeezing your feet together, squeezing your glutes. Good. And then we're going to roll back over onto your back. So lying on your back, knees bent. If you can, you're going to cross your right ankle onto your left thigh. And then I want you to think about squeezing your glutes again and lifting your hips and back up and down. If that's not for you today, both feet on the floor, lifting your hips up and down. So pushing through your feet in the floor. Make sure you're not wobbling in the hips. And think about closing all exits underneath. So as if you're desperate for the loo, or you've just walked into an icy cold sea, squeezing up and in inside. One more. Change legs, or again, come back to both feet on the floor. So lifting up and down. Let's do two more. Now place those feet back down on the floor. Have a little rock again of your hips and pelvis. So like we did standing up, finding that neutral spine, that halfway point for you. Now lifting your right leg, let's start with your knee bent, knee directly above your hips, about an arm's length away from you. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, stretch your leg forward. As you breathe in, bend it back in again. So you can have your hand here just so you get used to how far to bend your knee back into. We don't want it coming over your chest though, so just to 90 degrees. Breathing out, leg stretches forward. Breathing in, leg comes back in. So keep it slow, that makes it harder. Check your back's not arching as you stretch your leg forward, so we don't want to see that. Can we do one more? Lightly rest your right foot back down, lifting that left knee again to 90 degrees. Take a breath in. Breathe out, stretch your leg forward. Breath in, bend it back in again. So just to 90 degrees as you bend your knee back in. And as you stretch that leg forward again, making sure you're not arching your back. Good. Now let's place feet back down. Bring your feet together this time, knees together. Take your arms out wide and just a small twist. So you're rolling onto the edge of your foot about halfway to one side. Roll back to the center. And then across to the other side onto that edge of your foot. And then back to the center, nice and slow. So just twisting from side to side, only going about halfway. So think about keeping those shoulder blades pinned to the floor. Now this is your level 1 option. So your harder option, level 2, feet and knees lifted. Legs at 90 degrees. And again, we're only twisting about halfway from side to side, nice and slowly. Keeping arms and shoulders in contact with the floor. Lovely. Come back to the center. So we're going to finish with a few stretches now. So here is where you might want your band. You could use a towel, dressing gown strap, whatever you've got. So we're going to wrap it around the bottom of your foot. Lengthen your legs. You've got a nice straight leg. And it doesn't matter if your leg's over here. That's where you are today. So we're just going to hold it wherever you can. Leg nice and straight. Again, if you haven't got a band, you can use your hands around the back of your thigh. Try not to place them around the back of your knee though. So keeping that lower back pushing into the floor. And then we're going to change legs. All right, you can let go there. Cross your ankle onto your thigh, and then I want you to hug your knee across towards the opposite shoulder. Change legs, so ankle to thigh, hugging your knee across towards the opposite shoulder. Now, find yourself a comfortable position. You can have your knees bent or legs straight. Give your shoulders a little shake, relax your arms, and just close your eyes. So eyes closed, just listening to my voice. Think about your breath. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. Just be aware of that breath, slow, calm, and relaxed. Great. Take a big breath in, lengthen your arms and legs. Have a stretch. Draw those knees in. Have a little rock, just massaging your back. And in your own time, come back up to sitting. Fantastic. Excellent work. And I hope you enjoyed that today. So that was just a little sample of some Pilates. Please like this, make any comments that you'd like, and I'll get back to you. For more information though, have a look or get in touch with me. Thanks for coming today.